So I've already started cleaning this area for Travis. He is going to be moving the batteries today, seeing as how we've been losing so much power. So this is the fun massive mess that I have to play with. And there he is, working hard as ever. Wind's blowing again today. Surprise! See you in a bit. Woohoo! Cleaned. Emptied the spot for him. The other side is where our electrical components are going to go, and this is where the battery box is going to go. He has been working ever so hard out here. And he has a smaller piece of plywood he started with. There's the base that he has done. So, yay!
And there's one side.
Gonna make a and there is one side to the battery box. Keep that thing protected. It's stored in the garage, away from the living stuff, so we're not going to be breathing the nastiness. Yay! Here's the health and safety. Alright, chatting a bit. Talk. So, I've been out here sorting and separating the wood. Part of the wall fell, but you know what? I've got what I got, and I'm going to make do with what I have. Taking the wood back here, one wheelbarrow at a time. We got a load. Oh, look at these pretty flowers. Those are asters, and these are seed pods. So I'm going to have some seed pods. But in the meantime, what's Travis up to? Looks like he's got sides going on. Ooh, hard at work. Got a new little drill and power tool, screwdriver, whatever you want to call that thing. And it came with a fun little circular saw. So it looks like I have zero excuses. No excuse. I gotta make my window shutters. But over here, and yes, you know we've been in the process of moving up here. So we got all our stuff back here. It needs to be put back together and turned into stuff. But here's my wood pile that I get to move. Yay, wood! We're going to stay warm. And there are rabbit hutches, so you'll see about rabbits later. Alright, I got to keep moving. There's a lot to move. You can tell by the wind, winter is coming. Peace out. What was that you just said?
This is how I like my drive to work. Through the forest, not much traffic.
Nice buffer zone.
Nice buffer zone.
Had to take a break from a few things back at the property. Chugging away slowly. Found we needed a few more items to complete. So we're running errands and whatnot today, and got called to duty. Yay! So here we go on our little journey.
Good morning, YouTube. Travis here at Empty Acres Ranch. Looking at our project for the day. This is our battery bank for the solar power. Got our inverter right here. Circuit breakers. Charge controller. These batteries right now, we'll show you what we got here. Got about 11.3 volts in this battery bank. This is a 12 volt bank and should be when optimal, I would imagine around 13 volts. Very rarely get that with what I've got set up right now, and I know I've got some corrosion issues here. I got at least 3 terminals that are corroded. So that's going to get taken care of today, along with getting these batteries ready. They're going on the other side of that wall over there, so the insulation's got to come up out of there, and we're going to drill a hole through the wall. And I built a battery box, insulated, and we got to vent it and all that good stuff. Don't know how far we'll get with all that, but we're at least going to get these batteries out of here and get them cleaned up and all the electrolyte checked And I'm also going to test each one of these batteries cell by cell and see if they're all healthy, because I suspect I might have a bad battery. Not sure yet, but we'll find out. Hi YouTube, here we are back again. This is today's project continuing on. Getting ready to disconnect this whole solar electrical system. Just a couple things I want to touch on first before I do anything. Right now everything's running. So I've got 12.5 volts at my charge controller back there. First thing I'm going to do, I'm turning everything off. Those are my two breakers, in from the solar panels, out from the charge controller. So that's off. Next we have to turn our inverter off. Now all of our power is off. The inverter is still powered by these two power cables, so that's going to be the first to come off. But before I start messing with batteries, I'm going to just talk about a little bit of safety here. Gloves. You don't want battery acid on your fingers, on your hands. It'll get on your clothes. It gets on everything. It ruins whatever it touches. Safety glasses. So I don't think anything more needs to be said about safety glasses. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take all this apart, and we'll see you out in the front yard once I have the batteries out. Alright, so we have all the batteries out. They're out here on a nice sturdy pallet so we can take a good look at them and see what we got to do. We've got the corrosion here, corrosion here, corrosion there. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I got a plastic brush and I got a wire brush. I'll put the wire brush aside for right now. I'm going to take this plastic brush and just brush all this corrosion off of here, just to kind of clean this up. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is just the initial, get all the crap off the battery cleaning. And if you spray it onto the other one, knock it off of there. We're going to rinse all this off in a minute anyway. So get all that off. Uh-oh. That's important.
So part of the corrosion is this blue, like teal color?
Yeah, that's the corrosion. That happens when acid leaks up out of the battery and oxidizes.
And how often does the battery juice like that?
These juice constantly. These are vented batteries, but they also leak at where these connections come out. It's just something that happens. I don't really know the reason why, but these were left for a long time, unmaintained. You know, we were only up here part-time. We're up here full-time now, so this is something that needs to be addressed before I can move further with this solar electricity. This is how we make our electricity. This is what runs our lights, our refrigerator, everything. So this is very important. I just want to get all the loose stuff that I can off of here. Again, whenever you're working with batteries, around batteries, gloves, and safety glasses. Cannot stress that enough. Looks like we got a little bit of corrosion on this positive. Now, mainly I've got corrosion on just the positives. There's probably a reason for that, and I'm not smart enough to know it. So.
You're positive it's corroded.
Okay, so we've got all that pretty much taken care of. Okay, so we're going to put the plastic brush aside. Now that everything's clean, I have some just regular automotive battery cleaner. This is going to kill the acid, going to kill the anything here on the surface around these terminals. So
now you're also going to mind the direction of the wind blowing so it's not blowing on you.
Probably ought to be a good idea. So it says a shake can well. I don't hear anything moving in there. Okay, I think it's well. And this is supposed to turn pink in the presence of acid. So you can see it's pink.
Kind of hard to tell it's pink because it's a red battery. Brick color. color. This one was impressive color pink. Man, I need an extra spray.
Well, we're gonna hit it again here in a minute. But this should neutralize any acid.
So is there a reason why you're only doing the positive cables and you're not spraying the negative as well?
Well, at this point...
Because it looks like some of the negatives, like this one here, has a little bit of something. Okay.
I'll get to them.
Okay, so it's just me being impatient. Patience is a virtue.
Doing all the positives, and I'm going to go through and do all the negatives. We're going to rinse this all off, and then we're going to pull all the caps. Well, one battery at a time, we're going to pull the caps, and I'll show you how to top the batteries off. And we're also going to use a voltmeter to check and see if I have any bad cells here, because I suspect I have a battery that's gone bad, and I'll be able to tell that with a voltmeter, and I'll show you that all in a little bit. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and continue to clean all these battery terminals, and we'll see you back here in a little bit.
Now wait a minute, you're trying to sneak a step in here and have us miss it. You said you were going to clean it, but you didn't state how.
I said I was going to use the wire brush to clean it.
Oh, huh. Well, I guess I should have listened to the video better.
Pretty sure I said that. We're using the metal wire brush for this. This is cleaning the lead terminals. Get them nice and clean so we make good connection. See if I can lose that nut too.
I have faith in you, love.
Okay, so now we're back in the bathroom, back in the utility area here. Got all the batteries out. I got the insulation pulled away, and I've got my hole spot marked where I'm going to use 2-inch drill hole saw to cut a hole through the container, through the other container, and into our garage. So, wish me luck.
Good luck.
So there we are. This is the hole through from the bathroom side, and you can see I got my pilot hole drilled into the other container. So now I'm going to go over into the garage, my workshop area, and do the same thing there. See you in a few. And here we are in the garage. Got the hole punched through here. You can see into my utility area there. That's through both containers. And there's going to be a pipe going through there. My battery box sits right here in this area. And all my wires are going to come from the utility area through that wall into the battery box. And hopefully have this right. Stay tuned. Okay, so now we're back, and the batteries are cleaned and dried off and everything. And what I'm going to show you real quick is just how we take and make sure they're full of electrolyte. So you want to take your caps and just kind of set them aside. And you can see there's electrolyte in there. Some of them are bubbling. Batteries do that. It's kind of freaky. So you want to use distilled water only. Make sure you're using distilled water.
Freaky.
Okay.
Oh, back away.
So you want to make sure that you're using distilled water. Okay. And if you get yourself one of these, it's well worth the money. So you just take this, it's got a little spring-loaded gizmo there, and it'll sit there and fill, and you can feel it in your hand. And when it's done filling, you'll feel it. I can hear it gurgling. There, it stopped. So you just lift it up, and if you look in there, that cell's now full. See how much fuller it is compared to the one next to it? Now, none of my plates were exposed, so that's a good thing, but it does appear that all cells are a little bit low, which is pretty common with a lead acid battery. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. to every cell. And batteries this size, I'm probably going to go through at least 2 gallons of water here. So we'll see how this goes, and we'll check back with you here in a few minutes, and I'll show you how to test these, or how I'm going to test them. Well, hello, we're back again. Hello, YouTube. So here's our battery box. It's all in place. We have our tube for the wiring to go through. It's insulated. Goes through into our utility area on the other side. We're getting ready to go grab some batteries and start putting them in here so I can get it all wired up and we can get back into the 21st century with electrical power here. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Okay, so now we have all batteries cleaned up. All cells have been topped off, and I didn't get this on video because I was too busy doing it yesterday, but when I came to this battery here, which was the second to last battery to come out, I found that out of the 6 cells on this battery, 5 were nearly dry. I don't know if I missed this the last time I topped off the electrolyte or what, but that appears to have been my problem with my voltage issues. I've topped the cells off and I checked the voltage and it was comparable to the rest of the batteries, so I'm hoping I did not ruin that battery. And we're going to go ahead and reinstall all these batteries now that they're all topped off. Get them back in our, or get them into our into the new battery box that we just built, and we'll get these all wired up and get our new charge controller in, and we're going to get back into having some electricity here in a little bit. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with the next section here. Thank you. All right, so here we are. All the batteries back installed in the new battery box, all wired in parallel. Got the solar panels all hooked up, charge controller hooked up. I stayed with the old charge controller for right now because my new one requires some sort of ground fault device, which I don't possess right now. So I have to do a little bit of research on that. But as soon as I hooked this up and flipped my breakers on, the readout on the charge controller said 11 volts, and then within a few seconds it went 11.2, 3, 4, 7. Now we're approaching 12 volts, and I just went ahead and plugged in my refrigerator and turned on the inverter, and it's hanging right around 11.7 volts. So in the interest of keeping my food cold, I'm going to let the refrigerator run for right now. We got some pretty good sun, and these batteries should charge up pretty good pretty quickly now. I'm going to monitor the one battery that had the low cell, which is this second battery, number 2 right here, and just keep an eye on it and see what happens. But I think it's going to bounce back good. I'm happy with how this turned out, and I thank you for watching.